Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Trey back with another arc review video. I haven't done one in probably well over a month, so I'm sorry I have not been doing these as much for those who actually like these arc reviews. And this arc review talks about compound exercises. So, thing is, compound exercises is something that we do every day. What compound exercise is basically an exercise that involves multiple joints and multiple muscles. And of course, the best examples are the squat, push up, pull ups. Those are the best examples. Deadlift is another great example. Those are the best examples when it comes to compound exercise that involves multiple joints, multiple muscles. So this article is going to dive into that. I'm just going to read straight through, try my best not to add any little extra little commentary while I'm reading it. I'm just going to read through it, then give my 2 cents after the fact. So before we get to it, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and please leave a comment, tell me what you think about the article and anything I say afterward. All right, without further ado, let's get into this article. Again, the article name is What Are Compound Exercises and What They Are Good For, and Why Are They Good For You, or something like that. But I'm going straight for it because I'm trying my best not to show too many ads on here, okay? All right, on with the reading. So you got yourself a gym membership or bought a set of home weights. Now what? With the sheer amount of confusing exercise advice out there, it can be hard to decide what to include in a weights routine. It can help to know what broadly two types of movement resistance training, lifting weights, compound exercises, and isolation exercises. This be my only interruption. Isolation exercises is exercise that only involves really one joint and one muscle in particular. Dumbbell curls is one good example. Tricep kickbacks is another. Leg extensions, leg curls, those are the best examples for isolation exercise. But this article is mostly focused on compound exercise. So I'm gonna shut up, get to the rest of the article. So what's the difference? And what's this got to do with strength, speed, and healthy aging? What's the difference? Compound exercises involve multiple joints and muscle groups working together. In a push-up, for example, your shoulder and elbow joints are moving together. This targets the muscles in the chest, shoulders, and triceps. When you do a squat, you're using your thigh and butt muscles, your back, and even your muscles in your core. It can help to think about compound movements by grouping them by primary movement patterns. For example, some lower body compound exercises follow a squat pattern. Examples include bodyweight squats, weight squats, lunges, split squats. We also have hinge patterns, where you hinge from a point on your body, such as hips. Examples include deadlifts, hip thrusts, and kettlebell swings. Upper body compound exercises can be grouped together into push patterns such as weighted rows, vertical barbell lifts, or pull patterns such as chin-ups, lat pull-downs, where you use a pulley system machine to lift weights by pulling a bar downwards. In contrast, isolation exercises are movements that occur at a single joint, which I said earlier. For instance, bicep curls only require movement at the elbow joint, and work your bicep muscle, tricep extensions, and lateral raises are other examples of isolation exercises. Compound exercises can make daily life easier. Many compound exercises mimic movements that we do every day. Hinge patterns mimic picking up something off the floor. The vertical press mimics putting a heavy box on a high shelf. Squat mimics standing up from the couch or getting on and off the getting up off and on the toilet. Wow, I can't believe they put that in there. That might sound ridiculous to a young fit person. Why I need to practice getting on and off the toilet? Well, it's important. Unfortunately, we lose strength and muscle mass as we age. Men lose about 5% of their muscle mass per decade, while women is figured to about 4% per decade. Why this decline begins can vary widely. However, approximately 30% of adults' peak muscle mass is lost by the time they are 80, which I understand. Good news is resistance training can counteract these age-related changes in muscle size and strength. So building strength through compound exercises movements may help make daily life feel a bit easier. In fact, our ability to perform compound movements are a good indicator of how well we function as we age. What about strength and athletic ability? Compound exercises use multiple joints, so you could generally lift heavier weights than you could with isolation exercise. Lifting a heavy weight means you can build muscle strength more efficiently. One study divided a group of 36 people into two. 3 times a week, one group performed isolation exercises while the other group did compound exercises. After 8 weeks, both groups had lost fat, but the compound exercise group saw much more better results in measuring cardiovascular fitness, bench press strength, knee extension strength, and squat strength. If you play a sport, compound movements also help boost athletic ability. Squat patterns require your hip, knee, and ankle to extend at the same time, also known as triple extension. Our bodies use the triple extension trick when we run, sprint, jump, and change direction quickly. In fact, research found squat strength is strongly linked to being able to sprint faster and jump higher. Yep. Plyometrics. That's one way to go with it. Plyometrics. Isolation exercises are still good. What if you're unable to do compound moves or just don't want to? Don't worry, you can still build strength from muscle isolation exercises. Isolation exercises are also typically easier to learn as there are no skill required. They are a easy and low risk way to add extra muscle at the end of a workout. Sorry about that. Start yawning. Where you might otherwise be too tired to do more compact exercise safely and with correct form. In fact, both isolation and compact exercise seem to be equally effective in helping us lose body fat and increase fat-free muscle mass when total intensity and volume of exercise are otherwise equal. Some people do isolation exercise when they want to build up a particular muscle group for a certain sport or for bodybuilding competition, for example. And the last, I think this is the last session, look like it. I just want a time-efficient workout. Considering the above factors, you could consider prioritizing compact exercise if you're time poor, keen to lift heavier weights, looking for an efficient way to train many muscles in one workout, interested in healthy aging. That said, most well-designed workout programs will include both compound and isolation movements. This and the rest just about this article. So that's it with that. Hold on. Well, you heard what the article said. I mean, the article brought everything that needed to be said with me without saying anything other than me describing compound exercise and isolation. So if you're new, like say if you're new to exercise and all that, and you're trying to get all information, just know that a good mix of having both compound and isolation exercises in your routine is very great. You can still have a day where it's only all compound and a day that's all isolation. You'll still benefit from them regardless. So especially when you get older, as you see, you lose muscle mass as you get older. And I'm approaching 40. I'll be 40 in 1.5 years. I'm 38 right now. So trust me, it's important. If you want to maintain muscle mass, resistance training, mixing them up, compound and isolation is good. But that is all I got to say, because it's really nothing for me to say much about it, since the article pretty much covered everything I would have said already. But anyway, I'll put this article in the description below, the link to it. So if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button, sub if you haven't already, and please leave a comment, tell me what you think about the article and what little I had to say after it. All right, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all have a good one, and peace.